let's do this. MOT station, here we come. So this is my maiden voyage. For fuck's sake. Right, so this is the maiden voyage in my classic Mini. I'm going to the MOT centre. I am extremely nervous. That's annoying me already. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. So the car was taken off the road about 3 years ago now, as I wanted something for the winter to try and keep this car as good as it can. Unfortunately, it never really came back off the road, so it just sort of was left in the garage to rot away. When I got it out the garage to do a bit of work, I realised that there was a bit of a misfire. I did a compression test and found out that the compression in the cylinder was shocking. So yeah, that wasn't the best. So yeah, it led from that to a pretty much light restoration. New interior, it's beautiful, it's comfortable. That is doing my head in, not gonna lie. The switch of the heater is rattling, which is annoying. Quite a lot of welding was done. New rear subframe, new front subframe. The engine was overhauled with new gaskets. Had a lick of paint, and yeah. So far, we're sat at 30 miles an hour, and it's going really, really well. I'm super, super happy with how this is going. So let's put it onto the garage, and hopefully we get there, and it's all clean sailing. We made it to the garage. No hiccups. The car actually ran really well. It's scrubbing ever so slightly in this back right, which I'm a bit unsure about. And the tracking is scary to say the least. I hit a puddle and it went left, right, and just trying to sort of balance it out was a nightmare. So yeah, the tracking needs to get done as a matter of urgency. But other than that, it was faultless really. So yeah, I'm here for G&G Gallagher and Sons down in Athenwen near Mould. So they're going to do the MOT on the Mini. Here we are. Judgment time. So I'm going to get out. They're going to do their magic. And they get back in, and I'm going to have a pass or a fail. Who knows? Okay, and I am now back home. The car is in the garage. It's been dried because it absolutely bucketed it down on the way home. So it's not good. The results. Well, I have my paperwork here, and it was a fail. I kind of knew it'd be a fail anyway, but it failed. So you can see here, there's a few things it has failed on, but a lot of them are quite easily rectifiable. So first of all, it failed on headlamp aims on the driver's side was too high, on the passenger side was too low, and there was just no beam pattern at all. So it could be a case of it's the faulty bulb or the bulb isn't in right. I haven't touched that bulb since the last time I put it in, so anything can happen. So I'll take that back out and have a look and see what the situation is there. the next up was the washers. Now the washers didn't work. I kind of knew that was going to happen anyway, but the fluid just dribbling out the nozzle. So it could be a case of the pump is maybe not powerful enough, it's a little bit old. It could be a case of there's a blockage within the pipe somewhere. But yeah, that needs to be looked at. I'm going to try and see if I can clear the pipes first, and failing that I'll just fit a new motor, because they're not particularly expensive for what they are. Emissions, the hydrocarbon content is excessive, so I think it's 4.5 the carbon's got to be, and mine was 7 point something, so it's quite high. It needs to be tweaked down on the carburetor, and that's going to hopefully resolve that. And then the last thing was a major default, was the rear brakes. Now the rear brakes were on the rollers pitiful. There was next to no movement on the gauge, so the parking brake efficiency below requirements, and the parking and secondary brakes, single line braking system imbalance across the axle. So I need to strip that down, work out what's going on there. I'm probably going to throw some new shoes in there just to make sure that it's all new and fresh. Adjust them back up and hopefully they'll be okay. Repair as soon as possible section, which is a minor defect. The driver's front brake hose was a little bit twisted, so I have tried to straighten that out already. I thought it might be okay, but I took a risk there. The section I need to undo is on the subframe, so I can undo it on the subframe, twist it slightly to make it nice and like a loose line as such, and then I can tighten it back up and then hopefully have no kink in there. And then the last thing was a advisory, was the driver's front wheel bearing had slight play. I'm a little bit annoyed by that one because it's a new wheel bearing I've installed. It's torqued up, and in theory it should have no play there, so I'm a bit miffed by that one. So I'm going to investigate that, but the chances are I might have to put another new bearing in it, and hopefully that will rectify that fault. So it's a bit of a pain, but as I say, easily rectifiable, and in theory all I need to buy would be a washer motor, a washer fluid motor or a pump, and some rear shoes, get all that adjusted up, and yeah, we are on to a winner. But it drove beautifully, and I am super happy with how the car's all finished up. So I'm going to take the time now to rectify these faults and take it back and hopefully get the pass certificate that I require. So it's not a massive setback. I'm glad I took it. It's just that now this is my definitive list of things to do before IMM, and yeah, that is where we stand. So I'm going to leave it here and get onto the internet, order some parts up, and hopefully get this ticket sorted ASAP. So if you have enjoyed this content, although it mostly is me just talking, please hit that thumbs up button, comment down below, and if you can, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss on any future content. Thank you obviously to all these guys that have subscribed already. I really appreciate it. Yep, so that's it. I'm gonna get going, and I will see you guys next time.